Jason, in all the work that you've done, and Lord, you've been involved in engineering the release of so many falsely convicted people off death row, not just in prison, off death row. You see this happen at a really troubling rate with people that don't have proper counsel, don't have the wherewithal, and really get lost in the system and confess to things that they just flat didn't do.
We know that false confessions are most common among people who are under the age of 25, which is when the brain fully develops, as you know so well. And we know that false confessions happen for a variety of reasons. But among them are just that people want that interrogation to stop. Ironically, innocent people waive their Miranda rights almost all the time because they think they'll just go in and tell the truth and go home. And that's a bad idea. If you ever get picked up for something that you didn't do, just the only words you need to know are I want a lawyer, and then you stop talking. Because they can trick you, and they can use mind games, and they can lie. They're allowed to lie in America in the interrogation room. They can say, listen, Doc, I'm sorry, but we got your fingerprints on the gun. We got somebody next door who says he saw you do it. We got your DNA. They can say whatever they want. They can say, the spaceship landed and took video of you doing the damn crime. So the fact is that with this mismatch, right? When you have a young person like Jens was, but he's, again, not a coerced confession, but when you have a young person in that situation in a cold room with no possibility of getting out, and they just become so desperate that they start to think that the only way they can get out of there is to cooperate. Just because somebody confessed to a crime, you must look at other evidence before you convict that person because they may have falsely confessed, just like so many other people did.
Jens, where would you put yourself on the bitterness scale if 10 is as bitter as you can get and 1 is, I'm just not going to go there?
I think a 2. And I wouldn't even call it bitterness. Maybe it's a 1. I've mentioned earlier, I'm a little disappointed that I did not get a pardon, that I only got parole. But I understand the political realities. You saw yourself with the interview with Ricky Gardner. It's very difficult to admit for Virginia that they screwed up a case that is as high profile as mine. It would make the whole state look bad, frankly. So I get it. It's parole was probably the best and maybe the only politically possible way to do this. And so, I wouldn't say it's bitterness, but there's a little bit of disappointment there.
Well, hey there, thanks so much for watching. And while I have you, do you have a story or a question for me? If so, I do want to hear from you. Click on the link in the description and tell me what's going on. You just might end up right here with me on the show. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Click that little red button below. You know you want to. What are you waiting for? Do it!